Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. We are so sorry that it's been like over a month since our last vlog.
So long.
Yeah, it was our anniversary vlog, the last one. Thank you guys for your nice comments. We had an amazing time.
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
Yeah. But yeah, since then there's just been a lot going on. We moved house and stuff, and
that was hectic.
Obviously we've got Ezzy, so we haven't actually been on the vlogging game, but we're back and we promise to upload more frequently.
Yeah.
So today's vlog, we're basically going to be talking about black
stereotypes
and Indian stereotypes.
Yes, and as you can imagine, this played a big factor or a big role in us getting married. The stereotypes from whether it be our friends, our family, and how we dealt with some of these stereotypes.
Yeah.
And whether some of them are actually true. Like, some of them I feel are like so far-fetched.
Yeah, like all black women wear wigs.
And fake eyelashes.
I'm not wearing eyelashes.
Natural today, we're
natural today. Apart from my hair, which is a wig. What were some of the stereotypes that you had about black women?
I think one of the main assumptions or associations with black women or black people is to do with their loudness in public areas, like on the bus, on the trains.
Just loud in general.
Just loud in general, yeah. You know, it's quite out there. So it's almost, some people perceive it as like intimidating. So I think that's why they built up this perception of like, oh, black people are loud, they're really intimidating, so let's try and stay away from them. We don't really want to be in that area where we're intimidated, where we feel intimidated by them. So it's like, don't sit on the top deck of a bus, because
okay,
that's where they sit.
Do we get it?
Yeah, so that sort of stuff really. How about
yeah, but is it true?
Is it true?
What's been your experience of that?
Yes, not. Hold on. Let me explain myself. I wouldn't make that general assumption that, oh my God, all black people are loud and all black people are intimidating, because it's not true. Like, Michelle's not loud. Michelle is not intimidating until you get married to her. I'm joking. No, Michelle's not loud. Michelle's not intimidating. So I think it's a bit of a...
Can't believe you said that.
Like, it's such a broad generalization to make. Like, oh, black people are loud and black people are... What was the other one? Loud and intimidating. So yeah, I don't think that's true. I'd say, you know, yes, sometimes you do see them top of the bus, shopping centres, stuff like that. Yes.
Okay, it's okay. We understand.
Oh.
We understand. Basically, what he's trying to say is black people are loud, but there are other people that can also be loud. It's not a black thing.
Yeah.
It's not a black thing.
You find Indian boys being loud.
Yeah. You find some Indian thugs out there.
Yeah, you do.
Okay. So a stereotype that I've heard about Indians is that, obviously, the number one, which is that Indians smell like curry. They don't smell like curry, guys.
We don't.
I think someone actually commented saying that they would not marry an Indian because they stink. They smell of curry, which is not true,
Not
guys.
true. Thank God for right garden link.
Yeah, no, they don't. Do you know what I think it is? I think sometimes it can just literally be like, you've been at home, your mum's been cooking. You might leave the house with that smell a bit, but it's not like a thing where they actually smell. I'm joking. But I think it's just, guys, that's just a silly stereotype. Because I don't smell like jollof rice or stew.
No, don't. Not at all.
Exactly.
So yeah, Indian men don't smell like curry.
They don't smell. I mean, it's really good with its hygiene.
Yeah. What she means is I do really well to cover it up.
I'm not even trying to insult you. Anyway. The next one, please.
The next one. Black people are associated with violence. Kind of links to my first stereotype about being loud and intimidating. I think the area that we live in, like South London, I think, you know, it's almost been like just an outlet for people to associate violence and crime with black people. And look, you know, I'm not saying that black people don't commit crime, and I'm not saying that Indian people don't commit crime. You know, everyone is responsible for crime. All races, all genders, everything. So I think it's really bad to label or associate violence and crime to one race. And that's, for me personally, I think that was like the hardest one to kind of digest, because I just found it so wrong that an entire race could be associated with the actions of a few.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, I think that stereotype for me was probably like the harshest.
Okay, another stereotype for me was that Indian men are cheap and stingy. But I think people get that perception because Indians, as a general thing, they tend to give to each other a lot.
Yes.
But that's just more like a cultural thing. But then that doesn't mean that they don't give to others. I think Amit's a very generous person, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the things that I actually like about him. That even if he does not have, he would do everything in his powers to try and give to somebody else. So that hasn't been true. I haven't seen that personally, but
Yeah.
I do understand why people have that perception, because you have like Diwali and stuff where everyone, that you go to people's houses, everyone gives people money, gives people treats or whatever. You have, what's the one where he gets money?
Which one?
When they tie the Rakhi.
Rakhi, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Raksha Bandhan.
Yes, and they give money then. And then I feel like for weddings and stuff, they're huge givers.
Huge givers, yeah.
Huge givers. But I think I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a cultural thing where they like to support their network.
Yeah.
It's very much that you sow into the community, which is a great mentality to have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're all for helping each other, helping family, helping friends, to kind of raise the profile, raise the bar of the whole community, as opposed to just looking at self-gain or, you know, making yourself rise to the top. It's kind of like, how can we carry our community with us?
Yeah, I think that's maybe something that other cultures need to have more of.
Yeah.
I think we would all benefit if we all try to help each other, rather than when we see other people succeed and trying to bring them down or criticize people, because essentially it's jealousy, to be honest. That's what I think it is.
Literally.
But it's good to know that you guys support each other and do everything in your power.
And I suppose that's where that perception comes from, because it's maybe people perceive it as Indians don't give money out of the community as much as they give it into the community, and it's not because they're stingy. It's just because the mentality that they have, which is they want to raise the profile of their community. So yeah, I think it's not that they're stingy. It's just the way that they're very smart with their money. They're very, very smart, and yeah, they just use it in a very wise way.
Yep, nothing wrong with that.
Another stereotype. Lateness. So I think this is more of an African thing, as opposed to explicitly black.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a like African timing.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's this perception that Africans are always late to things, always late to parties. So you have like a start time and then a real start time, which is like 3 hours later. So a lot of the time when we do events, and you know, if my family invited, I have to ask Michelle what's the
what time is it actually starting?
The real start time, because if my family tell you that we're going to start at 10 a.m, we're going to start at 10 a.m. Like, not 5, 10, 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours later. We're going to start on time. So yeah, I think that there's this perception in the community that, you know, there's this thing around African timing where they're not on time and things are delayed and so forth. And I think, yeah, you know, from some of the experiences I've had, yes, some of the birthday parties I've been to, yes, you know, whether it's intentional or unintentional, that's a different topic.
I don't know what it is. I don't understand. Is it poor time management? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's intentional or unintentional.
I can't figure out what it is. Unfortunately,
they live up to that stereotype.
But I think it's bad because people know that, Africans know that, okay, people are going to be late, so nobody wants to be
early.
Yeah, no one wants to be early because no one wants to be the first person there because they know everybody else is turning up 3 hours late.
Yeah.
So because everyone has that mentality, it means everybody then turns up 3 hours late.
Yeah, and people are getting smart now. So even if you say it's going to start at 6, and people will be like, okay, so it's probably going to start at like 8, and then we don't want to be the first one there anyway, so we'll go for about 10. So then already they're 4 hours later, and then it's what the invite says. So yeah, that's a stereotype to live up to.
Yeah, it's most of us live up to.
Yeah, Michelle's good with her timing though. She's very, very good. She's almost better than me sometimes.
Yeah, because you take long with your hair.
Well, I've changed my hairstyle now, so.
Do you like it? He doesn't use any. What's he?
No products now.
No products.
No products. All natural. No, don't climb it forwards. God.
Anyway, another stereotype is, I think this is a big one. Well, quite a big one because you hear about it on the news. Is that Indian men don't value women? So obviously you have like the big. What was it?
Gender inequality.
Yeah, gender inequality, and I think there was that huge issue with that girl that was raped on the bus and stuff like that. So I think that's a big one, but I don't think it's true.
I think you don't. I said you don't notice it in this country.
That's the thing. Yeah, I think here because obviously it's a bit more modernized, so people have come to terms with the fact that I'm not necessarily going to be at home all day slaving over a roti for you.
Yeah.
Trying to make a round chapati. I mean, I'll try, but you know what I mean?
It's true.
I think it's just like we try and do a lot of things together. So I feel like it was a bit of a surprise to some people to know that Amit changed nappies.
Yeah.
They're like, why should he be changing nappies? Like,
or that I feed my child.
Yeah.
It's very much this perception that it's a woman's job to look after the child, look after the household, and it's just a guy's job to go and earn the money to run the household. I think it's something that we're not really exposed to in this country. Fortunately, I think that element of gender equality has, I wouldn't say been wiped out, but been addressed as much as possible. But in India, very much so. Unfortunately, as Michelle said, the lady that got raped a couple of years ago when she was on a bus, it was horrific to hear that some of the people were saying she shouldn't have been on the bus. She shouldn't have been out that late. Why was she on a bus at that time? And things like that. And it's like, what that mentality is just really, really wrong. So I'd say yes, in India, I'm sure in some rural areas people still have that perception and live by it. But we just have to be grateful that India's moving in the right direction. The leadership that they have are trying to address these issues. And as we say, we can't judge a whole country, a whole nation, a whole race by the actions of a few. So, I think it's something they're working on.
Yeah.
But I think if we asked that question maybe like 20 years ago, I think we'd definitely say we're living up to the stereotype.
Yeah. No.
I think we're moving in the right direction. We're not there, but we're moving.
Just for the record,
onwards and upwards.
And it treats me like a queen.
Oh yes, as always.
Okay.
Any other stereotypes?
And Indian men own corner shops.
Oh yes.
I mean, Indian men do own corner shops, but not every Indian man.
No.
I don't actually know anyone in your family that owns a corner shop.
No, not in my immediate family anyway.
Yeah.
So, that that's actually a stereotype which a lot of people think is just like Indian men's job is to run a corner shop.
Yeah. No, they do other things. Doctors,
Dr. Patels.
Okay, so I think that's all we can think of. Guys, if you can think of any other stereotypes that we haven't addressed, just drop them in the comments below. We'll have a think about them and say what we think about them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hope this has been an enjoyable video for you. Our first one back after a while.
Hopefully you guys didn't fall asleep like Ezra has.
Yeah. He obviously doesn't find us interesting.
Clearly not.
But so guys, we shall see you on the next vlog.
Yeah.
Please remember to comment, like and subscribe.
See ya!